And now joining us is Alexcia Boggs. She is joining us by phone from Winnebago, Nebraska. Alexcia is the Senior Director of Corporate Operations with Ho-Chunk Inc., and she is a member of the Ponca tribe of Nebraska. Welcome, Alexcia.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I understand that you are new to your job at Ho-Chunk Inc., and that one of the first things that they put you in charge of was a skyscraper. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's very exciting. In 2012, Ho-Chunk, along with some other investors, purchased this tall building, and it's located downtown Sioux City, Iowa. And the building is formerly known as the Terrace Center to most people in the area. It's 10 stories high, and it was recently renamed Ho-Chunk Center. And I think every time I go into the building, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. But it's very exciting, but also, not only an investor, we are also, January 1, been taken over the management of the building. And so we are working towards, getting the building 100% occupied. But we have other exciting projects that are going on there. We are going to be doing some renovations to the building inside the lobby, the atrium area. And then also, another one of Ho-Chunk's companies is opening up a brand new restaurant that will be going on the second floor there. And it's called Sweetwater Cafe. And they will be offering coffee, specialty drinks, as well as a light menu that really just makes my mouth water just thinking about it right now, since it is lunchtime here. But if you're in the area, come check us out. But this building really is much more than just a name on top of a tall building. It really shows Ho-Chunk's commitment to the Winnebago and Sioux City area.
Yeah, I love the idea of a native-owned skyscraper. I think that's just really fantastic. When you received the award, did you feel like, oh, wow, under 40, I'm getting this award, the pressure is on to really achieve now?
I don't think I feel pressure, but I actually have a sense of just increased motivation and excitement. When we were in Arizona receiving the award, we had time to kind of sit and listen to the other Native Americans that were receiving their awards, and just to listen to what they have going on across Indian country is very exciting, and it motivates me to go back to work and just keep pushing myself, and it just makes me feel motivated.
All right. Well, let's go to the phone lines. We have Bonnie in Taos, New Mexico, listening on KUNM. Bonnie, who would you like to recognize today?
Well, I would like to recognize a good friend of mine named Star Montoya. She lives in Lakeside, California, I believe. She is part Taos Pueblo, part Verona, I believe. And she doesn't represent a group, but she's just an incredible young woman, beautiful inside and out. In fact, she's in the latest issue of Native Magazine. There's a picture of her. But she travels, and she's gone to other indigenous groups. She just came back from Nepal. She has also been to Peru. And she's just an inspiration, I think, for Native youth to expand their horizons and get out there and see the world and meet other indigenous people. And she's just a beautiful person. So I would like to nominate her as a, wonderful role model.
And what do you think, what about her work makes her a role model?
And it's not her work. I think it's her personal traveling and wanting to meet other people, like in Nepal and Peru. Just an inspiration to Native American youth to maybe just get out there and see other parts of the world and find similarities with other peoples. And she's just a beautiful, kind person.
All right, Bonnie, thanks so much for calling in from Taos, New Mexico, listening on KUNM. And, we're also talking with Alexcia Boggs, who's in Winnebago, Nebraska right now. She's the Senior Director of Corporate Operations with Ho-Chunk Inc. Alexcia, I know that another project that you're working on is potentially developing housing for Little Priest Tribal College students. Tell us about that.
I believe the college is already proceeding forward with some new dorms that are going on for Little Priest. And so students that are out there or adults, parents that are listening, if you haven't checked the college out, please go to their website and and look into that. And we also, one of the projects I mentioned to you yesterday was a project we're really in the middle of research and development on. We haven't broke ground yet, but it's called the Live Work Project. And it's a mixed-use type of building. I mean, this building will feature commercial businesses that will be on the street level. And then we have some really cool apartments that will be going on the upper level, almost kind of like loft-style apartments. And so if you're a young college student or a young professional that are wanting to work and live in Indian country, this will be a neat project that I would love to see happen.
And so you could literally walk downstairs and go to work?
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. I know that housing is definitely an issue for many Native communities. And, you know, I'm wondering what kind of other projects you have that you're interested in sharing with us today.
Well, besides the Ho Chunk Center, the Sweetwater Cafe I mentioned earlier, during one of the commercial breaks, I happened to notice Native American Calling at the next session is talking about coffee and coffee that's being produced and manufactured in Indian country. Well, I do know HCI Distribution is in the middle of producing some coffee, and so I would encourage the show to, you know, look at the website hochunkinc.com and bring someone on to talk about that next venture. And so that's an exciting project that's in the works. And otherwise, there are, you mentioned housing. We have Sarah Snake, who is a member here, who is in charge of leasing and home buying of several homes that are being developed every day and built on this reservation. And they have open houses, and so this community here is really growing quite rapidly, and it's quite exciting.
You know, what kind of advice do you have for the up-and-coming natives working in business?
The advice I would have to give to them is just to be a driver, and I tend to drive and push everybody that's around me. And whether it's one of my employees that works for me or even just my own daughter, whenever they accomplish something, I like to raise the bar higher and just keep pushing them to just keep getting better and accomplishing the next goal. And so that's what the message that I would have is just to keep raising that bar higher across Indian country.
Where can folks learn more about Ho Chunk Inc.?
Please go to hochunkinc.com, HOCHUNKINC.com.
All right. Well, Alexcia Boggs joining us from Winnebago, Nebraska, sharing with us a little bit about what's going on with Ho Chunk Inc. And we really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. And, you know, if you are interested